Your thyroid gland is a fat-burning switch, and it's also a thermostat that helps to keep you warm. Today we're going to talk about all this and more. Certain thyroid supplements can help you feel and look your best, turning on that fat-burning switch even if it's been turned off for a really long time. Approximately 20% of the population aged 12 and older have some form of hypothyroidism. You know, some cases are mild, they go under the radar, while symptoms are so unusual that doctors never even tie them to your thyroid. For example, there's mental health problems. In fact, the prevalence of OCD and bipolar is higher in patients with thyroid disease than in the rest of the population. Depression and poor concentration, things like brain fog, might actually get you pinned with some kind of psychiatric disorder when the whole time it just could be low thyroid. Symptoms like these will cause a physician to order an antidepressant medication, but studies have proven that thyroid medication works better than antidepressants in a large percentage of people. I'm referring to a large clinical trial called the STAR-D trial, which stands for Sequenced Treatment Alternatives to Relieve Depression. Did you know that your own thyroid hormone comes out of your gland and remains inactive as a precursor until you yourself activate it at the cellular level? It's called T3 activation. You need a few essential nutrients to do that. And essentially, if you can do it, you're waking yourself up and feeling better. But did you know that doctors almost always automatically prescribe thyroid medication? They do so because it's just faster and easier. But what if you didn't want medication? Or let's say you've tried it and you can't tolerate it. Do you know there are natural options that might work? It's not a guarantee, but it's true that there are natural options that help wake up the thyroid gland. It's all about activating the thyroxine that you make, and thyroxine is the inactive T4 hormone I just told you about that has to get activated. The best dietary supplements seem to help convert thyroxine, which again is the inactive form of thyroid hormone, to an activated form. Doing this alone could be the kickstart that you need. When this occurs, you'll start to feel like you did 10 years ago, but it only happens if your body can conduct T3 activation. I know this because I myself suffered with thyroid disease when I was in my mid-40s, and I went to the doctor and I told him I was tired and I was dizzy, and this was really unnatural for me, that I would, go to Zumba and just feel like I couldn't dance beyond like 3 songs. It was just really crazy. I was also really pale and cold, and I was putting on weight, so it just freaked me out. Anyway, that's how I know so much about thyroid, and I put everything I know into my book, which is sold on Amazon, and it's actually sold all over the world in a few different languages. It's called Thyroid Healthy, and actually that's become part of my life's purpose. I formulated a thyroid supplement to help people like myself as well. I'll get to that in a minute. But the point is, sometimes you just need a few nutrients to wake up your thyroid gland, and that's what gets you to feel better. You don't always need medication. I'm not saying that medication is bad. In fact, it can breathe life into you really quickly. But sometimes people just want something natural to improve T3 activation, and that's what this video is about. Number 1, Thyroid Script. This is my best-selling supplement for thyroid and adrenal health. It's the formula I created for myself to help with hair growth, weight loss, sleep, and daytime energy. And basically, it's everything that I was buying one at a time. I put it into one formula. This exceptional blend contains methylated B vitamins, which is really hard to find, along with resveratrol, Malayan root, selenium, and some digestive enzymes. There's nothing else like it on the market. Number 2, vitamin D3. Studies show that over 12 weeks, your TSH improves. We also know that D deficiency leads to autoimmune diseases. It increases flare-ups of Hashimoto's thyroiditis. This may be because adequate levels of D3 reduce inflammatory interleukin 12. Number 3, iodine. This antioxidant mineral is literally required for the production of thyroid hormone. You can't make thyroid hormone without some iodine in the body. Basically, your thyroid gland is a sponge for iodine, and maybe you've heard me say T3 in this video. When I say T3, that's short for triiodothyronine, which consists of 3 molecules of iodine and 1 molecule of tyrosine. Again, you cannot make thyroid hormone without iodine. There are receptors all over the body for iodine, especially in our reproductive organs. Symptoms of low iodine include fatigue, trouble concentrating, a pale tongue or pale skin, feeling colder than normal, dry skin, hair loss, weight gain. Does it sound familiar? It's the same exact symptoms for low thyroid. And again, that's because you can't make thyroid hormone without iodine. Number 4 is ashwagandha. This can make some people a little bit drowsy, and that's okay. Make sure you just take it at night. I keep ashwagandha in my house in bulk, and sometimes I turn it into a tea. So it looks like that. Use about a tablespoon of the herb to 1 cup of water. But you have to steep it for a long time or gently simmer it for about 10 minutes to get it to actually extract. But today's video isn't about that. It's more about ingredients that help with the T3 activation. And again, ashwagandha is one of them. This is an Ayurvedic herb, and in Sanskrit, it means the smell of the horse. Go figure. Doesn't smell like anything to me. So profound are its benefits that it boosts energy reserves, provides antioxidant protection, improves T3 activation, helps you lose weight, and again, it can cause drowsiness, which is great for people who toss and turn all night. Number 5, digestive enzymes. Did you know that gluten and casein are proteins that naturally occur in bread and milk, respectively? But the problem is, in people with hypothyroidism, especially the autoimmune-driven conditions, gluten and casein are really problematic because they're inflammatory. Number 6, Catalase. This is an enzyme that you make in your liver, and it helps to neutralize peroxide, which is a bad thing. And peroxide is often spawned in high amounts during cellular metabolism, especially in chronic autoimmune conditions. When people hear peroxide, they often think of the brown bottles of antiseptic. Yeah, that's true, but you also make it in your own body, and having excessive amounts of peroxide is inflammatory. It can lead to premature rusting or graying, or maybe you feel gloomy. So reducing peroxide through Catalase enzyme is crucial. And now you can get supplements. They're available, but just make sure that the brand you buy is high quality and comes in an acid-resistant capsule. Otherwise, the Catalase that you take is going to just get destroyed in the acid of your stomach. So again, make sure you use high-quality brands. When it comes to thyroid disease, I think my biggest concern for you is a misdiagnosis. Treatment's pretty straightforward. They use herbals and vitamins, minerals, and drugs. But again, a misdiagnosis is super problematic because then you go down the rabbit hole of a treatment that maybe you don't need. A lot of times people will get dubbed with a psychiatric illness when really what they have is low thyroid hormone or poor T3 activation. I'm reminded of myself when I first explained my symptoms to a doctor, and he listened for 1 or 2 minutes and basically said I need some Zoloft and I have depression. And that wasn't true for me. I was just really fatigued, was feeling cold and gaining weight. My mood was pretty good. I wanted to go to Zumba. I wanted to dance. I just couldn't do it for very long, and I would get dizzy if I overexerted myself. So again, had I believed him and just walked out with that prescription, I would have gone down a different path and been treated for mental health problems when all I had was poor T3 activation, i.e. hypothyroidism. Anyway, I just think that that's my biggest concern for you. So do some research and make sure that you like your doctor and make sure that the information he shares jives for you. I know I've covered a lot in this video, and if you'd like more information, feel free to download my ebook. It's available right now. It's called Hypothyroidism, 5 Reasons You Don't Get Well. Check the links below in the description. Hey, thanks for watching. I'm Susie Cohen. I'm a real-life pharmacist, so I know a lot about medications and metabolic pathways. I've been writing medical articles for 30 years. You may have seen me in your local newspaper or some popular morning shows. If you're interested on my advice regarding a specific health topic, I invite you to use the search box at my website, susiecohen.com. I've used my knowledge of pharmaceuticals and herbs to formulate custom dietary supplements and skincare formulas that actually work. Please check the description below for links to my blog and my vitamin shop. Also, hit that subscribe button if you'd like to watch more content like this. Don't forget to ring the notification bell too.